Hey friends, before we get started today, I thought I would introduce myself because it occurred to me that I've been doing these for a little over 2 weeks now, and some of you may have no idea who I am or why I'm even qualified to be talking about this stuff. So I am Cristie, Ritz-King, and I currently am a licensed mental health counselor. I work with people who are trying to overcome trauma and change patterns in their lives to live happier and healthier lives. But before that, I spent 10 years, I have a master's in education, and I spent 10 years as a teacher and reading specialist. And then in the interim, I was a work from home mom. I did all manner of jobs, including mommy blogger before mommy blogger was even coined a phrase. So I've been around a while. And I worked from home raising 3 kids, trying to just make money any way I could while I was in school to become a therapist. So when this all started, a couple weeks ago when we all kind of came home and schools were canceled and all of that kind of stuff happened, I felt really compelled to get on here and talk to parents specifically, but really anybody who is stuck at home and trying to figure out this new normal. I felt compelled to talk to parents just because of the feedback I was getting both from clients and friends and what I was seeing on social media of just what people were kind of struggling with as far as being home now with a job or not a job, and suddenly kids at home that needed to be educated, or I heard somebody yesterday said, I'm not very good at daycare, or just entertained all day long. So I felt like there was a lot of uh, call for me to come on here and just kind of talk about certain things that may or may not help you get through and feel better about yourselves in the process. So that's my whole goal, is to sort of spread some hope, to spread some resources, to help out in any way I can people who are trying to figure out how to do the best by themselves and their kids in this strange time. So I am today going to talk about books, really just a book, but generally speaking, a couple of books that will help you help your kids manage some pretty big emotions. So there are children's books out there that are specifically meant to address how to manage the big feelings that we get when we're little kids. Quite frankly, they're good for adults too. There was one that was a favorite at our house called When Sophie Gets Angry, Really, Really Angry. And it's really about how Sophie starts to feel physically the anger inside of her, and she goes and runs and runs and runs through the woods near her house as a way of getting all that anger out. It's a great book. It's a cute story. It's beautifully illustrated, but also what it is a conversation starter. I don't have it right now because it's in my office, because I've used it before with kids as a way of helping them to understand that there are physical ways that we experience emotions, and there are physical ways that we can manage those emotions and help ourselves feel better. So that's one of them. And right now, I feel like you all, myself included, could benefit from anything that has us begin the conversation about how to manage our emotions. We talked in a couple episodes before about how kids aren't great at that. And typically what they do is they quote unquote act out. And so they throw temper tantrums, or they fight with their brother, or they demand your attention, or whatever it is that they're doing. They're trying to express that they are uncomfortable with whatever it is they're feeling. And so helping them manage that, coming at them with a helper mentality instead of a punitive or a behaviorally, focused mentality is going to help everybody that's trapped in a house right now. So the book I want to talk to you guys about today is called Zara's Big Messy Day That Turned Out Okay. There's Zara. Isn't she super cute? Anyway, Zara has regular kid experiences with her little brother who gets on her nerves, and she goes to school and there's some stuff that happens that isn't so great, and she starts to feel herself experiencing these big emotions, and mom is able to teach her a really beautiful and simple little meditational breathing trick to help slow her down, calm her nervous system. She doesn't know all of this stuff, but we as adults know. Calms her nervous system, resets some of those hormones that go crazy when we start feeling a little bit off, and physically give her the space to pause and think about what happens next, which is the thing that doesn't happen when we're not managing our emotions, young or old. We don't really take the time to pause and think about what happens next. We often just react coming from a place of whatever we're feeling inside. So I think that everybody who is trapped in a house right now should go out and buy this book because don't go out, order it on Amazon. You can get it on Amazon. But I think everybody should have it because it's a great conversation starter with your kids right now about what's going on, and not what's going on meaning the pandemic and the quarantine and all that other stuff, but just how we're all sort of on the edge of things because we're feeling all of these kind of big emotions that we aren't used to having to manage. So Zara has a beautiful way of managing it, and it's something that you guys can bring into your home and continue on using even after reading the book. So it's again called Zara's Big Messy Day That Turned Out Okay, and it's by Rebecca Barucki. I'm gonna spell her name for you because it might not be exactly what you think. Rebekah is Rebecca, and then Barucki is Borucki. And I know that it's available on Amazon. However, I also know that Amazon, if it's not an essential thing right now, even though I think it's essential, Amazon it might take a little while. So go online, order it, and then go find, I believe there's still YouTube videos up of Rebecca actually reading the book. So you guys can watch the YouTube videos of Rebecca doing story time, and then you can have the conversation with your kids afterward. And then won't it be exciting when the book comes in the mail? So go buy it. Talk to your kids about managing their emotions. You could maybe even use the smell the flowers, blow out the birthday candles trick that she has in here. And hopefully everybody's feeling a little bit better afterward. Okay, everybody, I'll talk to you soon.